Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
The clock has stopped, and now it's time to meet the judges. CEO of the Handy Camel, Tom Gray. Senior buyer for QVC, Jenny Frackleton. Inventor, fabricator, and YouTuber, Jimmy DiResta.
Ladies and gentlemen, creators, makers, dreamers, inventors all, this is the moment you have waited for. This is the pitches and awards ceremony for Make48 Baltimore! This is going to be a great night, and we are so excited to see what these teams have been working on for the last 48 hours. It has been an incredible journey, right? Some creation, some imagination, some frustration, a lot of caffeination. But ultimately, you have brought new ideas to bear, ideas that have never been created before until this weekend. You've taken them from head to hand, and you're ready now to come before our esteemed panel of judges and reveal it to all of us. So, team number one, will you please welcome from Georgetown University, Saxa Solvers. Come on over.
The world around us has changed. We now have to deal with problems that we never anticipated, and more importantly, problems that we are not equipped to deal with. And one of the most prevalent ones in our day and age is the increase of nationwide mass shootings. And one of the problems with this disaster is the time-sensitive nature of the disaster. Our solution is Drop Shield.
Currently on the market, there's one other competitor. It's like a shelter in a classroom that costs, on average, $26,000.
Have you compared the cost of this shield to a bulletproof vest?
From just research, internet, I guess, research, we found that they're around $600, but it depends on if you're buying in like large quantity or not.
Our challenge in this, when we decided on this topic, was to come up with a product that we can manufacture for $25 and to sell for $100. And we knew that we were limited. If we wanted to target this particular issue and come up with this type of emergency response solution, then we had to become creative.
Let's bring up our second team for the evening. From Michigan Technological University, Frozen Engineers.
Attention, an emergency has been reported in this building. Please cease operations and leave the building utilizing the nearest exit or fire exit stairway. Do not use elevators. Repeat, do not use elevators.
So our product is called Smart Route. Smart Route is a sensor-driven system that has ceiling lights that guide you to the nearest safest exit. What kind of sets our system apart is the smart factor. So the sensor systems that we would use would incorporate thermal sensors for fires, humidity sensors, which would also play a role in fire detection, and then air quality for smoke or gas. Having the feedback from these sensors would go back to our hub, which would then allow the lights to switch directions if they sensed something that was blocking your exit.
Curious on liability. So if you're putting this into a hotel or into an office space, have you guys thought about liability at all.
One of the things that we figured we would need to do is sit down with a lawyer and talk about how that liability is laid out and what kind of guarantees we could make with a system like this.
From the standard flash flood to the rains of Hurricane Harvey, floods kill more people annually than any other natural disaster. Most deaths occur when drivers attempt to cross seemingly shallow but deceptively deep water covering roads. But what if there was a way to know the danger before you got too far in? Now, there is. Introducing Aqua Alarm, the only vehicle accessory that keeps you safe by monitoring the depth of the water ahead of your car. Aqua Alarm alerts you when it detects an unsafe amount of water, allowing you to reverse before you're in danger. With Aqua Alarm, you can travel safer than ever before. Aqua Alarm, know the road.
So this is actually a topic that hits home for us because around this time last year, about 33 trillion gallons of water fell on Houston in the form of Hurricane Harvey, and we were all actually in school watching it happen. There were 500,000 cars that were damaged by floodwaters, and then that represented $4.9 billion of just property damage for just cars alone.
So if you watch right here, we're reading 0 water depth, and we're kind of in front of the angle. This is much deeper than any road would ever be. But if I start to move our simulated car forwards, eventually we'll hit 1 inch of water, and then we'll hit 2 inches of water.
Hey, Jimmy, you impressed with that prototype? Looks pretty darn good.
It's good. It's nice to see that it actually works and it actually shows some results.
Hi, we're Illinois Maker Lab, and we have a product that will stop an invader in their tracks.
Our product is an easy-to-use doorstop that does not need any pre-installation.
So Slide and Turn is meant to be an easy-to-use, easy-to-produce product. The construction is a very simple steel bar that can be bent in 4 places with an injection molded grip and rubber sleeve. The device is easy to operate, so it's only 2 steps, slide and turn.
How did you work out your pricing, your cost?
We ask for people who do manufacture that's similar to us and to estimate how much does it cost to actually bend it and how much does it to make a mold. We think we can actually make that with $5 variable cost.
It's a $5 cost, $25 retail?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Let's bring on the next team from the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Team Moonshot.
In a natural disaster or any other life-threatening emergency situation, the difference between life and death can be seconds. Our product, the Critical Response Indicator, or CRI, can ensure that those seconds are best spent. CRI is a small, durable, lightweight, and immediate way to communicate your status to emergency personnel. With this product, each person is given it so that they can indicate from a distance via light what their status is. Green being you can walk, you're cognizant. Yellow is you can't walk, you need help in 30 to 60 minutes, but you're not currently dying. And red, you're dying.
You're developing a system that has to be sold to basically every human being in a society. Is that correct?
I mean, that'd be pretty sweet, but
Our product addresses the silent killer that's often overlooked, carbon dioxide. It's informed both conceptually and formally by the canary in the coal mine. If you're not familiar with the story, for centuries, coal miners would bring a companion canary in a cage down in the coal mine with them, and when their companion stopped chirping, that meant there was a danger and it was time to evacuate the cage.
It's meant to live both in your home and your home away from home, these unregulated spaces like Airbnbs and hotels.
It definitely looks really good. Well done on that, you know. So I see I do see a big need for it for Airbnb with, people don't know what kind of homes they're going into, and that could be a problem. Retail cost?
It's $24.97 retail cost, and we market the wholesale $99.99.
Small objects, both valuable and dangerous, can often be hard to spot below your feet. What if there was a better way to see these minuscule items? Introducing the flat light, the flashlight add-on used to direct a layer of light along the ground. This effect casts long shadows from small items, revealing them to the human eye. Flat light, the difference is clear.
We'd love to hear your questions.
What's your suggested retail and cost?
We would love to sell this product for $8.99, given that we worked with a material specialist to identify a manufacturing cost of around $2.70.
And what's the smallest flashlight could be used on that one there, you think?
We messed around and we found out that we could fit a 1.5-inch diameter in there. I think that one's about 2 inches right now, and it can go about a ½ inch either way.
From the University of Miami, Creative Canes.
Hi everyone, we're the Creative Canes representing the University of Miami. Our device, Colderoo, will save your groceries and sensitive medication in the event of a blackout.
We wanted to know exactly how much air do you lose when you open the fridge, so we ran a little experiment. During our initial testing, we had a fridge unplugged with the door open, starting at normal refrigerated temperature of 40 degrees, and it only took 17 minutes for it to warm up to the normal air temperature. So you're really quickly losing access to your food. But we also found that when we had the Colderoo installed, again, the door was open, the power was off, we were able to prolong that period to over 5 hours.
A Colderoo kit comes with 1 freezer insulator, 1 refrigerator insulator, and 2 chemical cold packs that are single use. So that will retail for $39.99. In addition to that, we're going to sell additional chemical cold packs in packs of 15 for $10, and it'll wholesale for $20.
Will there be 3 price points for 3 various size refrigerators?
It will be able to be modifiable to fit most refrigerators.
We're out of time, but I think when you mentioned medication was a really good point.
Good afternoon. My name is Daniel, and I'm up here today with
John,
Carlos,
Natalie,
and we are the Biggest Little Makers representing the University of Nevada, Reno. Now, I would like you all to take a moment and imagine with me that you are forced to leave your home. You're forced to abandon a lot of your belongings due to a hurricane, a fire, or a flood, any number of large disasters, and you have no choice but to go to an evacuation center.
Our product is a dome-like, pop-out cot cover. The fabric, it's not actually fabric, it's non-woven fabric, 3-ply, and it's just like the fabric that goes on surgical masks, and it catches airborne bacteria. Additionally, not only does it catch that bacteria, but it provides privacy. The cost to manufacture one of these dome-like features or cot covers, we call it a clean cot, is 50 cents because it is disposable. We predict that we can get it on retail for just $2.
When you get inside that, how are you supposed to seal it up from the inside?
Ideally, we would have a drawstring or some other kind of latching mechanism on the inside that would be a little bit more straightforward.
It's all pretty loose, so you can still fit your hand through here or hand up here and tie it up, no problem. Easy to do.
Our tool is the Escape Coach, and it's an impact-activated coaching device that'll walk you through step by step what you need to do moments after you're in a life-threatening car accident. First, this would be mounted most likely in your driver's side door pocket, the one that sits right next to your driver's seat. And the second you have an impact, our sensor would go off and activate the entire thing. The first thing that's going to happen is lights are going to start flashing up here on the top, and you're going to hear a buzzer. And 2 reasons we do that. The first is hopefully going to break you out of that delusion state, so you start to come to your senses a little bit faster. And then second, it's going to let you know exactly where that is, which is going to come in handy later. The second thing that's going to happen is it's going to start coaching you through what you need to do. And we actually got our host of the show to record a little message for us, so it would sound a whole lot something like this.
Check your surroundings and exit the vehicle if safe.
So soothing, affirmative, hopefully will help you out. And then after that, you're stuck in your car still. So we have our escape tool that's going to be attached to the back of our mounting system, and it will have everything that you need to get out of your car.
How does it stack up against other similar products? Because I've seen similar products, but nothing that tells me to wake up.
I think our main competitors are one, just tools that can help you get out of your car, and then second would be something like OnStar, which is a subscription service.
The one unique feature about our Lightline is our light system. It's manufactured stacked, so it's a compact design. So each unit stacks on top of each other, and when a first responder or consumer is using it, when it detaches, it immediately turns on.
The idea is that when you take them apart, they'll activate, but there is a switch to turn them on and off.
We wanted to find a solution for being able to activate them fast, because you're walking through a way, you need to get people aware of maybe a cliff or somewhere where you can't get lights generally.
That brings us to our final team. Wow, it has gone quick. So here we are at the very end. Our final team, will you please welcome from the University of Connecticut, UConn Do It.
Hello everyone, we're UConn Do It. We are from the University of Connecticut, and we are here to present our idea of a portable, manually powered filter that would create enough pressure to push water through an RO membrane. This would allow the filter to desalinate water, remove bacteria, essentially taking a source of dirty water and on the other end, providing fresh, clean, drinkable water. So our product is called the Box of Rain. Essentially, the way it would work is it has two filters. One would be, it would remove larger sediment. A manual pump is geared with a very simple mechanism so that it would be able to produce enough pressure to push it through a reverse osmosis membrane.
During your research, did you compare this to boiling water? If I was to boil seawater and distill it, simply with like a oversized pan lid and a drip tray?
Yeah, that was actually our first idea, was to create some sort of still.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really get rid of all of the contaminants.
Okay.
Like, stuff like chlorine would be evaporated first and also condense with the water, so you have additional contaminants.
Okay.
The other problem with that is, like, especially in a flood area, it could be difficult to start and sustain a fire.
Yeah.
This is something that, you know, you just from mechanical power, you can run and run continuously.
That was our final team of the night. So how about a round of applause for all of our teams and their presentations? The pressure is now off of you, finally, but it's now squarely onto our judges.
I think the sales pitch here is the brightness on the light and how long it will last. This is a road flare to me. This isn't guiding the path. I think more instances you'll need this to direct traffic around an incident or around maybe somebody injured in the street or a car disabled.
I think it's definitely got a point. I would use it once and throw it away, so the cost I got right now is pretty high.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
see
way
people
too
use.
high.
I don't
For
see people
$8
use.
each, it's unnecessary.
Yeah. No one's
This could
gonna
be PU foam or neoprene or something. This could even be die cut with like a wire or something. There's a potential for this to come from a flat sheet, potentially.
Do you think it's more commercial for schools and offices, or is the consumer going to buy it? Like,
I see them being more commercial. I'm not sure it's going to be more on the consumer side. I think it's definitely a need and a problem solver.
one thing I like with a prototype and when you're doing early innovation is to test.
Yeah.
And test it early, and this team got it good.
It was a great demonstration. My biggest problem with this is that window of opportunity. When you realize you're in too deep, you're already in too deep.
The times when I've been in a situation like this, it's when it's dry, when you're driving, and there was a flash flood an hour up the road that's come down, and you didn't know it was coming, right?
Right.
And you're going 65, 70 miles an hour, and you're hitting that water, you're too late.
Yeah, exactly.
So it wouldn't be effective there. I love the fact they did mount it to the existing screws on the license
I think
plate.
there's an invention here. They just have to find the proper marketing and the proper application, but there is an invention.
I'm going to be honest with this one. This category is out of my wheelhouse. You probably know. Not yours too?
I know. I don't think that this would provide enough water in a circumstance where it's really needed, like in a third world country.
The sample that they put together is
beautiful
unbelievable. And
Yeah,
the
40
thought of everything is just
48 hours.
48 hours. It's hard to believe, right?
Pretty cool. Okay, the Neri. I think the design is cool.
It's very cool. I think it is very user-friendly and will fit in homes.
You totally see it at retail.
Totally see it. I can't believe no one's done something that's portable in this market.
It's one of those problems that no one wants to think about, and the current solutions out there are very industrial looking, and
Yep.
retrofit when you build a new home, that's fine, but you don't rush out and buy one because there's nothing really exciting out there to buy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Could this also be expanded to do any detection? It could also be a smoke detector, of course.
It could be.
So this is interesting. I think that we've all been in a situation where we've broken glass and we've stepped on a piece that we thought we maybe picked everything up. The only thing that concerns me is the size and it needing to fit many different flashlights.
The concept is cool. I'm not quite sure. I'm not totally sold on the need for it.
Jimmy, what do you think of this one?
I think the lights need to be on the ground. That's my opinion. I've been in fire conditions. You can't see in a thick smoke condition. You cannot see above you. And you're panicking. You're not looking for lights. You're just looking to get
low
out. Low and out.
Low when your head's looking down, right?
Yeah. And if these lights, if they figured out a system to have this along the wall at the bottom, I think it would be more of a successful idea.
The problem is, on the research we did, there's already products along the floorboards, along the wall already out there.
And again, if we're thinking blue sky fantasy, it would be nice to get 10 of these, put 10 of these globes wherever you wanted, and they work in coordination with each other. But again, that's more blue sky.
So we did a pre-judging this morning.
Yeah.
And this thing was a favorite.
I think there's so many different sizes of refrigerators out on the market.
It's gonna be hard. It's like selling shoes. You're gonna have to make every size, and you're gonna be stuck with inventory.
Right, and thinking about, the openings and the shelves of people's, where their food is, they're all customizable, and everybody's gonna have different pockets that they're gonna wanna open.
I personally think there could be a need for this, but until they make it in a life-size sample, they're not gonna realize what they're up against.
I think they got the costing
way off.
Way
Yeah.
off, unfortunately.
I think a yard of this material has got to cost at least $2, and they're thinking under $1 for the whole 5 yards it's going to take to make this.
I'm surprised they didn't make a life size.
It's simple enough.
Simple enough to do.
There's enough full-size humans around the workshop.
Welcome back, everyone. Our judges have deliberated. The results are in, and we are ready to crown 3 winning teams and their products as the top products of this Make48 Baltimore competition. I'd just like to say on behalf of myself and everyone here, everyone a part of Make48, to all of you, our teams, our competitors, you are all winners. What you did was amazing. You won by signing up, you won by making here, you won by showing us what happens when people get creative, they get collaborative, they work together, they work with determination. You do more than just create a product, but you exemplify the best of the human spirit. And from all of us, we salute you. Don't stop making and inventing. We want to see what you will do, and it will be great. Coming in, 3rd place, the Big Easy from Tulane University with the flat light.
I feel really tired. but yeah, it feels like it was worth it.
Yeah, it's nice to know that all the hard work paid off.
And now, our 2nd place winning team from the University of Illinois Maker Lab with Slide Turn.
My mind went blank. I mean, it was just instant, excitement. Felt really good.
It felt like it was forever for the actual presentation. Then after that, it's just like, what just happened?
Yeah.
It is now time to crown our top winner. Our 1st place winning team did an extraordinary job. And they are Studio Potluck from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago with Mary!
We've been working together for a year with intense project. We know each other really well. During this process, we support with each other, and I think this is what we deserve.
I think we came out on top just because our training is more on the art side than design. We're used to critique and going back and maintaining our concepts, and it came through in the end. So yeah, we're super excited.
Won't you please keep it going for all of our teams and the extraordinary job they did. With that, we'd like to say thank you to all of you for coming, for being here, for helping. You all make this happen. And we can't wait to do it again, and we will. But with that, we're going to take a bit of a rest and say good night, enjoy, and keep inventing, keep making, keep creating. We're waiting.
On the next Make48. Now that the winners have been announced,
It's time to get to work. Tune in to find out which products have what it takes to make it to the marketplace.
Right, we want sharp, straight line light.
Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
To learn more about the invention process and to get to know the teams, visit Make48.com.